Hi, I'm Andy Walker. Welcome to Digital Farm Rural News. Holstein Australia will next month unveil 2 advanced new breeding services designed to accelerate genetic improvement in the Australian dairy industry. The programs, Trait Plus and Mate Plus, are the country's first independent dairy confirmation evaluation service and complementary breeding program available to all farmers. Holstein Australia CEO Matt Schaefer says the Australian-developed technology will remove the guesswork associated with corrective breeding. Holstein Australia is a world leader in the provision of registration, classification and genetic improvement services for dairy producers. Its herd book and appendix register contains the records of more than 1 million animals and 60,000 new registrations and 50,000 classifications added each year. Information sessions will be held across Tasmania and Victoria and in Finley, New South Wales from March 1 to March 9. While close to the dairy, visiting international dairy judge and 4th-generation French cheesemaker Hervé Mons has declared during a visit to Sydney that Australian cheeses in terms of quality and diversity are a match for the best of France. The master cheesemaker was invited to Australia by the New South Wales Royal Agricultural Society as guest international dairy judge in the lead up to the Sydney show, which begins this year on April 5. Hervé's family business, Maison Mons, from Arger-Affinier, supplies some of the best hotels, restaurants and cheese outlets in Europe, the USA and Japan. RAS Chief Judge Russell Smith says his fellow international judge was delighted by the quality and diversity of our dairy products during his first visit to Australia. 1,000 regional cheeses, butters, ice cream, dips, chocolate and other dairy foods were this year fielded as part of Australia's largest annual Dairy Show Awards. Woolworths Supermarket Group has joined with the National Farmers Federation and Westpac Bank as a major partner in the NFF's new blueprint for Australian agriculture. The partnership is designed to ensure that the blueprint gains the input of a very important group in the agricultural supply chain, the customers who buy and consume Australian produce. NFF invites members of the public to join more than 200 people who have completed the Blueprint survey online at www.nff.org.au/blueprint. While we're in the supermarket, shocking figures have emerged of the real cost to local growers of the supermarket price wars, according to the Area News at Griffith. The paper reported last week that it had exclusively obtained prices paid to growers for their fruit and vegetables, all of which are significantly less than the cost of production. In some of the most alarming cases, watermelon growers were getting just 20 cents a kilogram for their product, less than half what it costs to produce, while onion growers were paid $2 for 10 kilograms of onions when they needed between $5 and $5.50 just to break even. Ross Grillo, owner of Hanwood Fruit and Vegetable Merchant Company, Rhineland, said growers are ploughing onions back into the ground, letting pumpkin rot in the field and leaving oranges on the trees because they couldn't get enough to justify harvesting them. Pumpkins, onions, tomatoes, lettuce, watermelon, rockmelon were being sold under the cost of production, he said. Mr. Grillo said if growers didn't get a fair price for the produce soon, in 3 years, there will be no fruit and vegetable farmers left in Australia. This week, around 5,000 regular viewers will log on to Digital Farm TV. This is a far cry from the 300-strong email list we put together when we quietly kicked off last October. And it's a sign to us that our content is resonating with farm producers and industry. Our great growth has come through word of mouth around Australia. Interestingly, though, we also have regular visitors logging in from New Zealand, across the grain states of North America and in the UK and Europe. Such is the reach of the World Wide Web. Thanks for your support. Our mission is to continue bringing you weekly agricultural and agribusiness news and analysis. In the next few months, we'll be reshaping the look of our site and adding weekly webcam market updates and a special lifestyle section with an emphasis on food, wine and leisure. Australian rice farmers are looking at another great production season thanks to the La Nina wet weather patterns of the past 2 years and despite the attention of hungry ducks during planting. Not so in the USA, where thousands of farmers in Texas rice-producing valleys are facing a season with no water, much like the MIA at the height of the recent decade-long drought here. Texas water management agencies are implementing emergency plans never used before. The Lower Colorado River Authority is expected to announce next week on March 1 that it will not release water to rice farmers in 3 counties. Texas usually produces about 5% of the nation's rice. Production is dropping this year, also in the 5 major rice-growing states, including #1 Arkansas, as farmers are pressed by rising production costs and falling prices. Farm analysts have said the weather was being influenced by La Nina, a cooling of the Central Pacific that usually caused below-average rainfall in Texas and other parts of the southwest USA.